What's up everybody, I'm Abatage, and I thought it was time to do a little bit of an update, as things have changed a little in my life and may have an effect on the channel. So let's not fuck around, let's get into it. As you know, there's been a few series going on the channel and they're continuing to go through, like the Banner Saga and that sort of thing. We've taken a break from Goddess because we're waiting on the update to come through for the next patch. And that is still going to be reborn once that patch does come through. So keep an eye out for that. It is coming when I get to it. So when it's available, I'll be playing it. And like we talked about in that series, there might be a little bit of a time between me building it up to a point where it's worth looking at and actually then continuing the series. But I'll definitely be doing an update video and looking at all the changes and that sort of thing as soon as I can after it comes out. That kind of leads me into the next one, which is the point that things in my life have changed a little bit. Basically, I've started a course where I'll be studying full-time. So I essentially have less time at home at my computer where I can process videos and render them and upload them and that sort of thing. So I have to be a little bit more organized if I want to keep stuff coming up on the channel. But I'll be perfectly honest with you, this channel is not my first priority in life. There are other things that I do, and there are other things that are more important, like paying the bills and that sort of stuff. And this, I don't do this to pay the bills, I do this purely as a hobby, and it's purely because I love playing games and I love sharing them with all of you and talking to you and that sort of thing. So that's why I'm doing this, and with that in mind, other things do come first. So I'm just aware that taking on this extra course where I'll be doing a lot of study and that sort of thing, my time may be cut significantly, as in how much time I have to work on videos and that sort of thing. So I wanted to do this update to kind of let you know that that's going on, because I try and do a video every single day. Sometimes I do more than one, and I've managed to keep that going for a while now, but that might change depending on how much time I have to do stuff and how much time I have to upload and all that kind of thing. A large part of it is just the uploading, actually, because I'm on a crappy Australian internet connection, so it takes me a while to upload anything. And generally I can do that because up until now I've been working from home because I work for myself and doing my day job. So while I'm doing that, I can have something uploading from my computer and just kind of put it on another screen and minimize it and forget about it while it happens. So it's very convenient that I can do that. But because I'll be studying, I won't be at home all the time, so I won't have access to my computer and all my files and that sort of thing all the time. So it'll be a bit of a hit and miss as to whether I can upload everything as I go like I normally do, or if I have enough time and enough organization to, say, upload a whole week's worth of stuff nice and early so that it's all sitting on the channel and I'll just schedule it so that it gets released every day instead. So depending on what happens with that will depend on what you see happening on the channel from here on out into the indefinite future. So, but at the end of the day, I wanted you all to be aware of that, because if you're sitting there scratching your head going, hey man, where's all the vids, you know? Where's the games? Show me some stuff, man. Then that's what's happening. It probably means that I'm just too busy and I'm flat out with study and I'm flat out doing a bit of work, and yeah, my life is about to get a whole lot busier as of next week, or this coming week. By the time this video goes out, it'll be, yeah, the coming week. So hopefully, you know, I hope you'll understand. From the people I've talked to, you're all pretty cool anyway, so I'm sure you'll dig it. And, you know, I'll still keep uploading videos and I'll still keep up with series and that sort of thing as much as I can. And it may end up being that there might only be one series going on at a time, so perhaps once Goddess starts up again, I'll focus on that primarily. I'll finish off the other ones and just keep it to that, depending on how the time goes. But it's something I'm going to play by ear and see what kind of amount of stuff I can get done in my spare time. But as I haven't started this course yet, I don't know how demanding it will be or anything like that, so I really can't say at this point. But nevertheless, I wanted you guys to be aware of that. The other thing with that in mind, though, is I made myself a promise when I started this channel because of something I like as a audience member when I watch other channels. I promised myself that if I start a series on a game, I'm going to finish it. regardless. Like, even if that's the last thing I do, I will finish that series to the end of the game. because as an audience member on other channels, because that's essentially what I am, I'm just a fan of games and I watch a lot of other channels and that sort of thing, I always appreciate it when someone will play a game to completion, and it always frustrates me a little when it gets cut off halfway through or something because they lose interest or something like that. But I can promise you that's not going to happen here. I will keep finishing up series and all that kind of thing. The main change will be maybe there'll be less series going on at a time. Maybe there'll be less of my one-shot videos, even though I'm planning on recording a whole bunch in anticipation of starting studying so that I've got some stuff to upload and things and that sort of stuff. But yeah, just be aware that that's happening and that it might be a little intermittent for a while I find my feet. But I will try my best to get stuff up because I'm really enjoying doing this and I'm really enjoying talking to everybody and, you know, getting in touch with everybody, and I'm thrilled every time someone says they dig what I'm doing or they enjoy a game that I've played or they're happy to see it on YouTube or anything like that. It's a real buzz for me, and yeah, I'm just all about sharing the games. So part of that is also I wanted to let you know what I'm doing as well, because I think that's fair to let you guys know what's going on so that you know what to expect, because hey, you watch my videos and I appreciate that, so least I can do is tell you what's happening. The other thing, which is a little bit of a minor thing, but I've been playing around a bit with mixing my audio for commentaries and that sort of stuff, so like this commentary that you're hearing right now. Because I've got a shitty headset. Well, it's not shitty, but it's not great. But I use a headset which is a Razer Megalodon. It's not a bad headset, you know. For the price range and everything, it's pretty good for what you get. But the microphone on it is relatively shit. And so I do a bit of post-processing on my commentary tracks, just to kind of make them a bit better. And to show you an example of that, I'll give you an example right now. This is what my microphone sounds like before I do any noise reduction, any kind of EQ kind of mix, any kind of limiting or compression or anything like that. And you can see it sounds pretty bad. But this is what it sounds like as you've been hearing after I do post-process it. And I've been playing around a lot and trying to get a good mix, and I think I've got a decent mix now. I think I've kind of cracked the nut of the post-processing. Because I've kind of been learning as I go and that kind of thing, and as much as I do know about sound and how to manipulate sound and that sort of thing, I have not spent enough time on doing commentary tracks to really master the skill of that yet. But I think I've got it to a level that I'm happy with. You would have noticed in videos of recent times, like the last couple of weeks maybe, that the commentary track has been a bit all over the show as far as the quality of it. And I'm not necessarily saying that this is a really good quality, but what I like to at least think is that it's a nice enough quality that it's easy enough to listen to. Because, you know, like I say, I do this for a hobby. I'm not about to invest in a whole bunch of studio equipment because it's just ridiculous. Like, I'm not making money off of this. I think, to be perfectly honest, in the 3 months since I started doing this, and since I actually monetized some videos and that sort of thing to see what the deal was, I think I've made about $5. $5. So, you know, you can look at my stats and all that kind of thing as far as my views and my subscribers and all that kind of stuff and see how many views I've got on each video and things. But out of maybe, I think it's sitting at about 10,000 views total. Out of 10,000 views, I've got maybe $5 out of that. And that is nothing to go invest studio equipment money into. So, you know, even my shitty headset cost about 30 times more than that. So, you know, it ain't gonna happen. And that's why I post-process stuff, because I've got great software. You know, I've got all the Adobe software, so because I use it for work as well. So I've got all that, so I can play around with Premiere and I can play around with Audition and Sound Booth and all that kind of stuff. And that's basically how I create my videos. I capture the video using Fraps, but then I also record my audio, like my commentary track, through Audition or Sound Booth as I'm recording the video at the same time, and then I put them all together into Premiere and edit them around a bit and export it out, and that's what you see. So before I get it out of before I get it out of Audition or Sound Booth, I usually run it through a mix, so I do a noise reduction pass, I do an EQ to kind of just bend it around a bit and make it sound a bit nicer. I have since been playing around with a bit of compression lately, and that's why it's kind of been weird, because compression can really make it sound kind of weird. And I don't like heavy compression, but a little bit of compression can really make a big difference. And just lately I've been playing around with limiters, so essentially what that does is it squashes everything within an acceptable range. So if I shout, or if I laugh, or if I do a bit of a or make a, you know, like that, a laugh or something, it's not going to blow out your speakers, because it basically keeps it within an acceptable range, and it's not just going to hit you hard with that burst of sound. So that's what I try to do, to try and make it listenable, I guess. And I know that it's been a bit choppy and changey here and there. I've thrown some annotations on some videos because it's been absolutely awful, but you know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to spend all day on one video trying to get it right. I'm going to try and do it over a number of videos and tweak it each time until I'm happy with it. But at the moment, I'm pretty happy with it. So that was a very long way of kind of basically saying, hopefully what you can expect is a better commentary track from me in the future. There are some that I've already recorded and already mixed and all that kind of thing that are still a bit weird. Like the rest of Kane and Lynch has already been mixed. I think I might have maybe an hour or half an hour of that I haven't mixed, so that might sound a bit better next time. But as far as like a lot of other stuff, you'll hopefully hear some better mixing going on. But that's that. You now know what's happening. Hopefully that explains a little bit about why it sounded a bit weird lately, and kind of gives you an insight into a bit of my process as far as how I make these videos and how I put them together. But the main thing is what I was talking about initially, which was the schedule. And essentially the schedule may change. If you really want to keep up to date on it and you really want to know what's going on, by all means follow me on Twitter. I'm just Abatage on there, same as I am on here. And I'm more than likely to crap on about stuff on Twitter than I am on here. So this is pretty much the only update I'll do on my schedule. But if you want to hear me crap on about other stuff, follow me on Twitter or something like that, and you'll get all the info. But that's about it, I think. Like I always say, thank you so much for watching, and I really do mean it, because I appreciate everyone checking out my vids, checking out the games, sharing your opinions, that sort of thing. It's really great, and I couldn't ask for anything more. Really. I mean, to be able to share a hobby that we all share and we all enjoy, and to know that other people are getting enjoyment out of something that I'm contributing, is fantastic, and it really is just the best thing in the world to me. So yeah, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, and I hope the schedule doesn't screw you around too much. And I hope you'll stick by and, you know, see what happens in the future, because I've got plans. At least I've got a bunch of stuff that I'd like to do, and as soon as I get time to do them, I'll be doing them. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.